Well, offshore reveals another weakness. Whenever you add something new, this tends to happen. I had the halyard to the code 0 blade forward here, and because the code 0 is set flying, and it's just that block with that 2-part tackle, so it's not bent onto a stay. As a result, this takes a fair bit of loading. And it breezed up last night, and she started rounding up into the wind, so the code 0 was luffing and then filling with air again. And that sudden shock, it moved the pin rail slid all the way up. You can see it even pushed the service all the way up with it. So I have to redo that service, and so I managed to just loosen these bolts through here and push it back down. So I'm gonna try a solution here. So, voila, you got relieving tackle. So this is going down through a block here. So the tension here gets split between pulling up on the pin rail and pulling on the relieving tackle, which is pulling down on the pin rail. So you got opposing forces there. So we'll see if that solves the problem. I'm gonna have to redo that service there. Well, the wind's going light, but all the showers and fog and clouds, they all cleared out. We just got a brilliant sunny day. It's also warm. I mean, it's mid, if not upper 60s Fahrenheit. So I think today is, what is today? Tuesday, October 25th. And since yesterday, we've run about 110 miles, so that's good. Anytime you run over 100 miles in 24 hours, that's doing well. But given the warmth and the sun, I think I'm gonna take a bucket bath in the cockpit. I definitely need to get a new bucket here, though. We can work on that later. There's Adelina. This guy's been on my AIS all night, and he was sailing earlier. He just rolled up his Genoa and put on power for a while. I kind of figured it was a sailboat, because looking at the AIS, one, he was going at sailboat speeds, and his course and speed was changing quite a bit, indicating he was under sail. At least I saw this guy alter course to avoid me. I don't see him on AIS. Ugh, look at him. Look at him getting slewed around by these swells. Suddenly all these dolphins showed up. They just appeared out of nowhere. Ah, the But that wasn't why I turned the camera on just now. I turned the camera on just now to point out that we're about to get into fog. You can see it right to windward. Oh, yes! And look at these dolphins. They look fat, too. They look well fed. We're definitely going to get some wind here in a minute. Well, what did I tell you? Fog. See, it's just blowing in. You can see it's still clear to the west, but this fog bank is just blowing in over us. So far, it hasn't brought in much wind, though. Ew. Okay, well, it's Wednesday morning. I just jibed her over on the starboard. The fatigue kind of caught up to me a bit there. Sort of the fatigue caught up to me. I just slept for about 3 hours. And I got a little bit of sleep earlier, and then I got into these fishing boats, so I had to be awake all the time watching my AIS that we didn't get too close. So anyway, that's all to say that around 4 this morning, I was dead to the world until about 7. And while I was sleeping, the wind backed, and I noticed it was backing kind of more to the northeast because we were more on a southerly heading. But when I woke up, now it's northerly, and so we were heading off to the southeast. So it just jibed over, so we're back on course now. That's good. It's still light. It's about 5 knots, 5 to 7 knots. So we're not going a terrible. We didn't lose a whole lot of miles over that because we're not going that fast. And as a testament to the efficiency of the Code Zero, wind's picked up a little. It's about 5 knots, but the wind direction is pretty much a broad reach, right where I'm pointing here. That's where it's reading on the water. But you look at the air paddle and we're on a close reach, between a beam and a close reach. So that's easily a 40-45 degree discrepancy between the true wind and the apparent wind. And that's because though we have about 4 knots of true wind, because we're doing 2.5 knots, you add those vectors together and you get quite a difference. And we get some pilot whales out here. There they are. As I thought for a minute there, they do the old trick to make you turn the camera on, they disappear. Oh, come on guys, put a little more effort into it. I'm not going that fast. It is Thursday, the 27th of October, 2022, and we're pretty much right over Baltimore Canyon. We're starting to come up onto the shelf, which I'm thinking is why we're getting these really kicked up sea conditions. Our position is we're 38 north and 7342 west. The front passed through last night. We got north to northwest. North winds now about 20 knots, maybe 25 at times. So it was forecast to be 10 to 20, so it's a bit stronger than what was forecast. So anyway, I got her down. I got the main triple reefed in a reef stay, so she's we're bobbing along at about 6 knots, over 6 knots. From our present position, we got about 120 miles to run to the mouth of the bay, which at this rate of speed will put us in tomorrow morning about this time. It's about 8:30 in the morning. So we should be arriving in the bay early tomorrow morning. consider supporting this channel by becoming a patron. As a patron, you will be able to view my videos free of ads. You will also be able to leave comments, ask questions, and message me directly. You can become a patron for as little as $5 a month.